Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Buckeye fans of all ages, the Ohio podcast proudly brings to you the Buckeye Lounge, which is sponsored by MyBookie.com. If you guys get a chance, please go to MyBookie.com, enter the promo code Ohio, and you will get a $50 free play. I'm your host, the Shrockstar Shaun Schrock. With me, like always, is the Wolverine Slayer TG. And today we have a very special guest, a former great running back, Mr. Jonathan Wells. Mr. Wells, thanks for coming on and welcome to the show.
I appreciate y'all for having me, man. Who did that opening song right there? That's kind of hard.
Eric, or the owner of the channel, and somewhat of a producer, along with our guy Vader.
Okay, I like that. That's what's up. All right.
He owns the channel. His cousin is Ryan Miller.
Got it.
So if you know
Okay.
Ryan,
Yeah.
yeah, it's Ryan Miller's cousin. Shout out to Ryan. Now, Jonathan, I'd like to take you back a little bit. I mean, you're from Louisiana.
Yeah.
How did you become a Buckeye, man?
Ah, man. Well, I'm definitely the first player ever from Louisiana to come and accept the scholarship to play at Ohio State. Take a lot of pride in that. It was pretty simple for me, man. Pretty much from 1995 on. Once I saw Eddie George, dotting the I at 6'3", 235 pounds, I pretty much instantly said, I'm going there. You know what I mean? Because I was a really big running back in high school. I was 225, 230 coming out of high school. So I had to go find a school that liked big backs and would allow them to play tailback. A lot of schools were, because I was like the number one fullback in the country, and some schools actually recruited me as a linebacker. So I had a lot of mixed, recruitment where I could have went either way, but my whole heart was set on running the football. So Ohio State just made perfect sense to me once I saw Eddie George toting that thing.
I mean, being from Louisiana, I mean, there's two historic colleges down there. There's LSU and
Mm.
there's Grambling, which just came up here and played at the Horseshoe for the first time, which is
Yep.
had to be really awesome for you to watch. Was there any interest from you going there at all? The
Well, yeah, but
school, or
there
was
was
it?
also Tulane. Because Tulane was really good. Shout out to my brother Jeff Curtis, who played at Tulane University in 1998. They went 12-0 that year as well. So they had a great program down there. But honestly, for me, man, it was no way. It was 0% chance that I was staying in Louisiana. Like I really wanted to get away. I wanted to go create my own legacy. At the time, it was the murder capital of the world. So I was just looking to go out and see something different. You know what I'm saying? So Ohio State was perfect for me going to the Midwest and becoming a man on my own.
That's awesome. When you first arrived on campus, what was the biggest adjustment from high school to Big Ten football?
The conditioning, my first day of conditioning, because I came up a couple of weeks early to get some early conditioning in before my freshman year. Just a couple of weeks, not like these guys are checking in and they get to go through the whole spring practice and all that. It's crazy to me. But I came in like a couple of weeks early, and yeah, my first day of conditioning with Coach Dave Kennedy was it was not fun to say the least. So we were running some 400-yard sprints around the football field, and I wasn't really used to running that type of distance. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it took me a while to get adjusted to the conditioning. The football side of it, I was good to go from the jump.
I'd
Um,
like to ask you, Jonathan. Mika Hanna, who's a big fan of yours, and she's in the chat. You want me to ask you now that Ohio State got Blaine Bradford, who was a big recruit out of Louisiana? Do you think Ohio State's making any footprints now in Louisiana? Trying to do you think it's can be something to turn the tide here? Get some more guys from Louisiana up here.
Well, that's always been a dream of mine to get a pipeline going from Louisiana. I've spoke to them. I have a really good relationship with Mark Pantoni, so we speak behind the scenes. So once I see that they have, or when they have interest in somebody from Louisiana, I'll definitely see what I can do to make something shake as well. But they say that the state is so small. So out of the top 15 guys, 9 or 10 of them are going to go to LSU. Another couple of the guys are going to stay down south. So they're really fighting over like 12 through 15 in their eyes. Me
Mm-hmm.
personally, I don't agree with that. There's so much talent in Louisiana. You can definitely come down there and get some steals if you're looking hard enough. But right now, obviously, we don't have anything to complain about, so it's not too much I can say at this point.
Now, when you came up here, John Cooper was the coach. Then after he got fired, Jim Tressel came in. How would you compare the styles? Was it a big adjustment having to adjust to Coach Tressel on his offense compared to what Cooper was running?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a big adjustment. It just was a big adjustment as far as like the style of the coaches. I've always said I love Coach Cooper. He came down to New Orleans. Like I said, I'm the first player ever. So he came down there and gave me an opportunity to be a Buckeye. So I'm forever grateful to Coach Cooper. But the coaching style, as far as mentorship, as far as like having a one-on-one personal relationship with your players, Jim Tressel was light years ahead. And I only was with Coach Tress for 12 months. But when he came in, he was really hands on with the program. Coach Coop was more like an NFL style coach. He let the position coaches handle you. If you got in trouble, you're gonna see Coach Coop. I didn't have any one-on-one interaction with Coach Coop, to be quite honest with you, unless I was in trouble or something. So when Tress came in, it was totally different. The first time he saw me, he was like, "Hey, you're supposed to be, one of my starting running backs. Meet me in my office. We're gonna watch every run from last year. We're gonna sit down one-on-one, and we're gonna go through your whole junior year." So he gave me that one-on-one attention, and he was actually the first coach to tell me that I wasn't good enough to play for him because my junior year, I started off kind of slow my junior year, so the early film wasn't looking like myself. So he was like, "Whoa, I should have brought my running back from Youngstown State. What we doing?" So I smirked it off. I took it on the chin, and once we got into the season, and he started to see. I started playing like myself again. He was like, "Oh, okay, we good." So that was really the bond. He came in and challenged me as a man from his first day. So that's why I really love and respect him.
That's
A lot of
amazing.
people don't realize. Sorry, TG.
No, I was just
Go
saying
ahead.
that's amazing. I was just saying that was amazing.
I would say Tressel. A lot of people don't realize he was Keith Byers' running back coach at Ohio State, so he was used to working with the big back,
Yep.
and that's some big comparison.
Yep.
Byers one of the greatest to do it, and you're one of the best to do it at
Yep.
Ohio State. So for him to
I, I
push you
really,
that way,
I really wish I could have had 2 or 3 years with Tress. Like, and not no shot at Coach Coop. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I love Coach forever. You know what I'm saying? But I really wish I could have had that tutelage, that hand on hand tutelage that I got from Tress for that 1 year. And you see, I had 1 year with him, and I rushed over 1,300 yards. You know what I'm saying? So he definitely had an imprint on what I did.
Yeah, and speaking from when you came into Ohio State in your early years, what was like? Who are some of the upperclassmen and coaches that had the biggest impact on you early in your career?
Man, a lot of guys. It was a lot of guys, man. On the offensive side of the ball, definitely D. Miller, definitely David Boston, definitely Michael Wiley, Joe Montgomery, Rob Murphy. You know what I'm saying? Gangster. Like it was a lot of guys that took me in. You know what I'm saying? When they saw that I got up here and I was about my business and everybody welcomed me. You know what I'm saying? There was never no hating on the team. Full blooded competition, but nobody was ever hating on each other. If you want to spot out, you want to spot out. Until then, wait your turn. You know what I'm saying? And we rooting on the sideline for you. So that's the one thing I love about it. We never got into hating on each other. We just competed, let the coaches make the decision, and everything worked out.
Amazing. And you talked about Tress and how much you wish you had the opportunity to like learn from him. But what was it like? Like how how did Coach Tressel's like speech at the Indiana game about the team up north like inspire you and affect you?
I mean, I don't really, that that didn't really inspire me to be quite honest. Like honestly, we should have beat them the year before in '99. You know what I'm saying? If I score on a 76-yard touchdown, we go up by 14, and I don't think they come back and beat us. So I had to take that on the chin. You know what I'm saying? Until I got back up there my senior year. So we always knew we could beat them. He just came in and put just some extra emphasis on it. We started practicing. We had a period just especially designed for Michigan in the spring practice leading up to the season. That had never been done before. All of the clocks in the weight room, countdown to the Michigan game. He just added everything to let it never was off your mind. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere you went, you knew that was the one. So subconsciously, we were just ready to break through. We needed a change. We just needed to change the scenery at the coach at that time. I can honestly say that being inside the program, we definitely needed a change of pace. and he was the perfect guy for the job, which is why he was able to win a national championship in only his second year at Ohio State.
What was your thought when he gets hired there and he makes that speech when he did? I mean, he gets introduced at a basketball game and he basically writes a check that you guys are going up there, and you guys, to your credit, your team's credit, you guys went up there and you cashed that check that he wrote, man. And that's just awesome. But were you guys like, finally, someone that gets it? Yes, that's what we want here.
No, once again, I'm of the mindset as a player, I don't blame coaches for losses. I don't blame Coach Coop for losses. I blame the players. We went out there and didn't make the same amount of plays we made the whole rest of the year. So I don't blame coaches for losses. Unfortunately, they got to take the lick because they're at the head of the ship. So Coach Coop, we didn't get it done for him. But I don't blame coaches. Like, we had to go out there and get that done. You know what I'm saying? Having a quarterback suspended the week before, Craig Krenzel, his first start in his life at Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a lot of pressure on me to go out there and perform. I had the whole thing on my back on the offensive side. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot that goes into to this thing, man. People just don't understand the pressure that come with this.
Would you consider
full credit to you?
No, go ahead, Shaun.
I was gonna say full credit to you. I mean, you went out there and the line blocked their butts off. You ran your heart out, man. You had a career. I mean, you had 3 touchdowns. I mean, honestly, they're lucky you didn't put 300 up on them if you wouldn't have been sick. I mean,
Yeah,
you were on that. You were on a way to 300.
Yeah, I don't know about 300, but 200 for sure. But I like I told you, I just saw that game for the first time, like the full TV copy. Like I'm normally only able to catch clips of it here and there, the touchdowns, but I've never seen the full progression of the game until like last week. So I just wasn't used to carrying the ball like that. Like I had the most carries I had in the game was 25 carries the whole year. So to come and get it 23 times in the first half, for whatever I did, my body it wasn't used to it, and it literally shut down. I mean, I had full body cramps, stomach, and I'm talking everything. My whole body just shut down on me. So the whole third quarter and the beginning of the fourth quarter, I was in the back getting IVs in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? So by the time I came back, I wasn't able to go, but luckily we did enough to get the victory, and that started a 17-3 run in the rivalry. So I'm good with it.
What did it mean?
What was it like to have someone?
Oh, Shaun, go ahead.
That's right. There's a delay. I'm sorry. I'll ask one question, then you can ask him.
Okay,
What
I
was it
never
like
know.
having Jameer block for you?
Jamar,
I mean,
Jamar,
Jamar. Yeah. I mean, that dude was like a human
Norton,
bowling ball,
old school,
man.
old school fullback. But when you talk about back in those days, Jamar was the best fullback we could have ever had. I'm talking about a straight wrecking ball, a nightmare for a linebacker, a defensive end, whoever he had to run up against. He was definitely one of the best ever. So I enjoyed my time toting the rock behind Jamar. He's definitely my brother for life.
Okay.
Donnie Nicky was on, and him and Tim Anderson told me just how much it hurt to try to tackle that dude, and and he brought it, man, and
Yeah.
it was fun to watch him run. In that Michigan game, he had a screen pass where he broke it for about 20 yards, man.
A
He
big
flattened that
screen.
guy.
Big screen. That was a third down. That was a huge play. Yep, we ran a reverse of a screen back to Jamar on the backside. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that was actually that was an amazing play. What did it mean to you personally to finish your career at Ohio State against Michigan with that performance that you had against them? And would you consider that performance, that game, the highlight of your Buckeye career?
That wasn't my best game as a Buckeye. No, not by far. I've had better games than that. Statistically, now as far as what it meant for the program, nothing will ever compare to the Michigan game. So that's why I'm always going to be able to live on that. But no, I had way better games. The week before that, I had 22 carries for 193 yards in 3 quarters. I didn't even get the ball in the fourth quarter one time. So that was another game where I should have been well over 200, but for whatever reason, it worked out to where I didn't touch the ball again. So I had always had big games. That was just We just needed to get that monkey off our back because we had not one up there since 1987. So that's what makes that one so much bigger. And like I said, it started the most dominant 20-year run in any stretch of the rivalry. 17-3 is by far the best 20-year run. I've done the research, trust me.
Do you think Ryan Day could win it this year?
Ryan Day can win it every year, but guess what? Once again, I don't blame coaches. Ryan Day didn't miss throws last year. Ryan Day didn't throw interceptions last year. Like I don't blame coaches. You're not going to get me with that one. I'm blaming the guys on the field. You got to make plays. The game is more intense. It's more nasty, and we understand all of that. But yet and still, you got to come out here and make plays to get the W by any means necessary. And until we do, we ain't got nothing to talk about right now. Besides this national
Who
championship.
would you say?
Of course.
Who,
Yeah.
Well, actually, matter of fact, let's think
who
about it. What did you love about the national title run? Did you what was your expression of it?
Well, first of all, it was beautiful because I was there for most of the game, so I was actually there in person. I got to celebrate with the team in the hotel after the Notre Dame game, so I was on the spot. You know what I mean? So I mean, it just shows you the resilience of this team, which is why I have more respect for Ryan Day because he was able to rally those guys after that heartbreaking loss. They could have tanked it here and went the other way. But he
Mm.
had enough leadership for them to respect for him, get in there, cry it out, fight it out, hug it out. Now let's get back on the mission and come back and have the greatest college football playoff run we've ever seen. So it's just a story of resilience. Sometimes you got to take an L to get the W. That's what I saw it as.
And it's funny because Jack Sawyer, he talked about it it was written in an article about how they talked about the locker room meeting and how they managed to pull it together to go out and say, listen, we may have lost this game, but this is our chance to just go out and win another natty. Like this ain't the end. We got another chance to do this. And they even like called to Ryan Day, which and Ryan Day just took it and said, and even though you're right, like you should never, like, you don't really blame the coaches, you should blame players, because of course I can understand that philosophy because they're the ones on the field that need to execute this stuff, and that's truthful. Um, but in a way, Ryan Day did say he took it on the chin for the team because even he had to say himself, listen, I didn't set you guys up in the best possible way for success. And this time I'm going to make sure I do that. So, like, even when you're not supposed to blame the coach, when you have a coach who really does take it for his team, it's actually telling you a lot about this coach. And not only that, but it also tells you about the culture he's built, about accountability, brotherhood, how
Mhm.
you can tell him anything and he's not going to be like most of these other coaches, like this is a guy you want to follow to the earth day. Like
Yes.
that's what impressed me more about this team, if
Yeah,
anything.
that's exactly what I saw. Like I said, a lot of even before all of this, when everybody was screaming, talking about we need to fire Ryan Day, I'm like, man, shut up. Leave
Yeah, I was
Ryan Day alone. Who do you think that is out here that is just so much better than Ryan Day right now? The man wins 87% of his games. You've been in the playoffs every year since he's been here. Stop. Stop. You know what I'm saying? Like,
There's only 2 years we haven't been, and that's 21 and 23. Those are the only 2 years. But I think everybody is so fed up with the Michigan losses because you know how this fan base is, John.
yeah, I
You
get
know this
it.
fan
But
base.
guess what? This fan base has to stop being so obsessed with them people. We need to become obsessed with winning national championships. You understand what I'm saying?
exactly.
Like
I think
Thank
the
you.
reason. Oh no,
that,
absolutely,
that's what
absolutely.
we
But I
got.
think the biggest reason why people were so obsessed
We
with
give them too much energy. That's the problem.
yeah, no,
It's
I
not
agree with you.
worth it.
I agree with you. But I also think part of why we give them so much energy, because remember, at the time, because this 12-team playoff means we ain't got to worry about losing the game. And like we could go straight to the playoffs even if we lose the game. But I think that was one of the biggest reasons because they were always in the way as to whether or not we would make a playoff or not. Always. We could not lose to them to the end of the season if we wanted to even have a chance of making the playoffs or making the natty. I think that's what one of the biggest reasons as to why everybody was so obsessed because they were always in the way. Whereas of now, you're not. Like now we could just win the natty without beating you. And that is what will hurt
Yeah.
them more than anything.
Yeah,
Because
look, the goal,
what
the
do you think they
goal,
want?
the goal is always to beat them, but we're not gonna let them rain on our parade with our national championship like they run. No,
Nah,
what you
nah,
did,
they
was-
don't.
what you did
They
was
don't.
motivate us. We got our mind right, and then we went and ran the table, and y'all had to sit at home and watch that 4-game stretch.
Oh
And
heck yeah.
now we got big rings out here. So I don't understand what we're talking about.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like Ohio State
Like
fans, we stopped caring about the loss as soon as they won the Natty. It was like they won the Natty, and we just celebrate like no tomorrow. See, now they want to crack down on the rain, but we're like, dude, we don't care. We won the Natty. Screw y'all.
Yeah, that's facts, man.
yeah, now, like I tell them, the gold ring trumps the gold pants any day. So I mean, I'd rather
Facts.
have that big gold ring than a pair
Facts.
of gold
Yes.
pants. You know,
Somebody said that to me online. I said, man, I throw these gold pants in the river. You give me one of them national championship rings. Are you crazy? That's the ultimate goal for going to college is being a national champion. What are you talking about?
That is the ultimate goal,
hey,
and I'm not gonna. Well, Ryan Day's championship year actually has this because when you talk about Sharon Moore, it's kind of funny. Like, dude, you just became a coach and you already have as many losses as Ryan Day in just a year and a half already.
That's why I'm saying we don't need to be concerned about what them people got going on. Man, I don't even, you know what I'm saying? Y'all worry about that 8-5 y'all had last year. We good over here. We all right.
Mm-hmm. No doubt about
we're
it.
not
And
even on the
I mean,
same
in all
level.
fairness, I think us just Ohio State fans, we just love poking fun at them. I think everybody does now too, because they have become the most hated program overnight. At one point, it was Ohio State. Ohio State still hated, but for the right reasons. Unlike them, but they've become the most
Somebody
hated.
asked how many times have I beat the team up north? I was 2-2 versus the team up north.
Yeah,
Our
and you know
our
what's
friend
funny?
and our producer
Oh, sorry.
Buck Vader wanted me to ask you quick. Who were you close with on the team, and who do you still keep in touch with from your playing days?
D. Miller, James Cotton. I was close with Derrick Ross in school. Cortland Bullard, Mike Doss. We got group chat. Everybody pretty much still locked in. You know what I'm saying? So I can get to whoever I need to get to.
Yeah, I'm
We
gonna
had
get to
James
your
and D on the show. Two awesome dudes, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
for sure.
absolutely.
For
Mika,
sure.
I'm going to get to your question in a minute, but I will say this. Let me put up this for Ryan Day's championship beard. Because he is right. Ryan Day's got this program humming. I was never on the fire Ryan Day bandwagon. I always said this. It's like, guys, give it time. He's a first time head coach who's learning the ropes. If it takes him going through this adversity for him to figure it out, it will. And I'm
The
going to say every first time coach.
the
And think about it.
dude
No first time head coach ever had this level of success,
the dude
especially
is
at a
like 45 years old. Stop it, bro. He got like
right.
20
Like, we,
years
bro,
of
I
greatness.
look at this like we could be on the national title run. Like we could go back to back this year and repeat the following year, or even if we don't repeat this
Let's
year.
hold up.
No, I'm saying this. This is what we potentially could do with this team. I'm not saying we are going to do it. I'm saying that's the potential we can do.
Yeah, for
Because think
sure.
about it, there are no juggernauts anymore. Like everybody's up even across the board. So
Everybody,
there's a chance Ohio State could do that. I ain't saying they will. I mean, we could lose in the national title game this next year, and this year at least, and then go 2026 and win another natty. Like that's
correct,
what could happen. I ain't saying we're going to go back to back and three-peat. I'm saying that's the potential because you got the team to do it. You really do.
correct.
And think about it, you got no juggernauts. So for Mika, he said, how
Hey,
would
John,
you decide your running style?
My running style is north and south. I like the power. The power 46 power is my favorite play, or straight 22 ISO straight down the A gap. I'm like getting downhill and looking for somebody to have some contact with. That's my style.
Basically run them over and push them on the ground like they're nothing.
Run them over, run around them, whatever it takes.
one cut and you're gone, right? One
Yep.
Yeah,
cut and go.
yep.
Now I got to ask you, watching this team so far, what do you like about the running backs right now, and what do you think they need to work on?
I don't. I think I like all of them. We have a nice stable of 3 to 4 running backs that if any one of them get in a game, I think that they can produce and perform. So that's always great when you have depth at that position. As far as what I think they can improve on, it just comes with time. Just a little bit more patience sometimes on some of the runs. They slam it up into the back of the line. Sometimes they can get backside. Maybe this is all stuff that they'll see on the film. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about getting reps. They're rotating a lot of guys, and sometimes guys need to get in a rhythm. So it's not, we used to have one back that got the majority of the carries, and you had your backup. Now they went to the two back. Now they
Mhm.
playing 2, 3, 4 of them. So it's hard to really. So when you get in the game, man, you got to get busy. You don't have time to be playing around. You got to show like now.
Actually, I think the reason they do this is because like running backs in today's day and age, they deal with like you. If you want to go to the NFL, you can't have that wear and tear on your body anymore because of how many injuries have been occurring as of late. And I think that when it comes down to it, Ohio State doesn't want to rely on just one running back. Like now you want to have two, three, like more to be ready. Because if an injury happens, well, now you got somebody ready, somebody who already has the reps. So I think that's why they do that now. Because
Yeah.
they realize, especially because of what happened with like Travion in the past, 3 years, Sean, where he's been getting injured. And it's like we never really had a reliable backup until we got like Quinshawn. So and Quishaw was more than just a backup. He was basically the second running back,
Yeah,
or
he
like
was
the
he
second
was
starter.
definitely he was a proven starter for
Yeah,
sure.
he was a second. He's basically the starter, another starter. So I think that's just how Ohio State's going to start doing it from now on, because it'll help these guys
If you
stay
look,
healthy.
look how fresh Travion looked too at the end of the year.
Mhm.
And I mean, come playoff time, I mean, he looked like he hadn't had any wear on his body at all. I mean, they found a good formula. They both got 1,000 yards. They both got a lot of carries, but yet they weren't run into the ground. And you're going to have to do that now with the new playoff format. It's like playing an NFL season now.
And you're gonna have to do that to keep him
Yeah,
from hitting the portal too. So
yeah.
listen, Ryan Day,
Yeah, exactly.
Ryan Day, as of now, knows what he's doing. We're in good hands with All State, man.
Not to mention, like, given the fact that this is an NFL like season, like, yeah, you're gonna want to keep these guys fresh. On top of the fact that when you think about it with Travion, it's not just the fact he just didn't have wear and tear on his body. It's like this is the first time he had a full healthy season for the first time since his freshman year. So it's like
Yeah.
you're like,
Like,
okay,
it was a great move, you know what I'm saying? And it got us a national championship because we needed both of those guys in that playoff run to make big plays. Both
oh
of
yeah.
them, both of them came through. So, like I said, it worked out perfectly.
I think the last time we had two
Well,
1,000-yard receivers, I believe, was like 2019. I mean, not
Mhm.
receivers, running backs
hey,
was like 2019.
hats off to Travion, man. Ryan Day come up and asked him, "Do you mind if I get this guy? This guy wants to come here." And Travion goes, "If it's going to help the team, I'm for it." So I mean, he didn't throw a fit. He didn't
So
puff his chest out and
that's
said,
what
"I'm the man
that's,
here."
and that's what we know that Ryan Day is raising great young men. They're unselfish. You understand? Because anybody that was
Exactly.
selfish, they definitely wouldn't have been. They wouldn't have let that move go. Well, they would have had a problem with it. They might have did it anyway, but it could have caused friction. But him welcoming him open
Yep.
arms, it made it a lot easier on everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, because our man Eric, first show, he says, "This is a great interview. I love Jonathan Wells. He loves you, man. Man made it happen in Ann Arbor for my boy Tress. Turn it around after the 90s. So he ain't wrong. I mean, you really did help turn it around. There's no doubt about it. And you know what? Given your career, who would you say is the toughest defense you faced in college, and what made them so challenging?"
I mean, I've had a couple challenging days where I didn't have my 5 point yards of carry that I like. Where I might have had 3.5, but the most miserable day I can remember is probably Penn State, my sophomore year. LeVar Arrington, Courtney Brown. I mean, they were just
Ooh.
stone cold monsters. It was a miserable day at the office. Yeah.
Oh,
So
wait a minute. If I'm not
I,
mistaken, wasn't Larry Johnson the D line coach at that time?
he was, and then Larry Johnson was the running back on the other side. Yeah. What might have been? He might have been
I
my
rem-
senior year. It might have been Eric McCoo at that time. But anyway, yeah, that Penn State defense. That's the one that I have nightmares about sometimes.
That's
well, remember Belisari told us he was on his back almost every play that he threw the ball. That was they were just. I mean, if you look, Courtney Brown was a first round pick.
Listen,
Arrington was too, and that
he hit me
defense
with
was
the airplane. I
nasty.
was on his highlight reel. He hit me with the airplane. He dove over me. And he got he yeah, he punished Steve on that one. So I owe Steve one, but I saved him way more than I got him hit. So he definitely can't never say that.
yeah. Mika
But
did bring
yeah,
this
Steve
up
just said
about
he was on his back a lot.
yeah, he was, and Mika did bring this up about the plays that we ran during Grambling about the counter plays, and she ain't wrong. Like them counter plays were actually pretty creative.
The counter plays.
Yeah, against
Yep.
Grambling, where we ran some counter plays, and those plays got some big yards.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on which ones. Like some of the counter plays that happen in too slow, like versus Texas, it was too much slow side to side. If we running a counter play, it got to be stick and get downhill. I don't like all the slow stuff playing in the backfield.
Yeah, no, that's what we're talking about because in this regard, this one was more creative and moved faster, where it like
Yeah,
confused the defense like crazy. So like that's what I'm like. So like those counter plays, she's right. Those counter plays were something.
yeah. Just line up and run 4 to 6 power, man. We beat them for 12 years in a row doing that. Well, I don't understand what changed.
um, who knows? And given the fact Ohio State has such a rich tradition at running back, how do you see yourself fitting into that legacy?
Into that legacy, man, been a lot of great backs to come to this university. So that lets me know that I made a great decision by coming here and joining the lineage. I feel like, man, I had a good career. It's not what I wanted. I wanted to be a part of the 3,000 yard club. There were some goals I set that I didn't hit. Whether it was from injury or whether it's from me not taking care of business off the field, I had some issues, that I had to get over. So finally, my senior year, everything lined up and it worked out. You know what I'm saying? So um, when I'm in my zone, I'm up there with anybody. I got some of the prettiest runs at Scarlet and Gray than anybody that ever put it on. I can guarantee you that much. So first player to ever, with the first player to score 3 touchdowns versus Michigan since 1975. I just realized that when I went back and watched the game and saw the highlights. I didn't even know that. So the first player since 1975 to score 3 TDs against them. So I feel like I left my footprint. I'm good with it.
Hey, when they can say Pepe Pearson, Robert Smith, and they can put you in there running over 1,000 yards, man. Just not anybody can come to Ohio State and do it, man. You have to have the talent. You got to be a man. You got
A
to
lot
be one of
of
those dudes, man.
you
And
had to get through a
you're
lot of
in it, man.
competition to become a starter here. There's a lot of great players that
Yep.
started a little bit or didn't start at all, but they were really good players. You know what I'm saying? So that was the competition and that's why I came here. When I came here as the number one player from my state of Louisiana, I came to the number one team in the country at 1998. We were number one going in. So I came to compete against the best. I wasn't running away from no challenges. I came for them. So that's why I was able to, at the end of the day, get my just due.
And
Hey,
speaking
man,
of
you're
that,
up there with them, man.
yeah, like cause
Hats
and
off to you,
speaking
bro.
of that, it kind of like goes to your life after Ohio State going into the NFL. How would you say Ohio State prepared you for the NFL?
Football wise, I was prepared. You know what I'm saying? Just other things off the field. I did business wise, just taking advantage of the leverage of being in the NFL while I was there. It was just a lot of things that I just was uneducated about financial literacy wise, and I just missed the ball on some stuff. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Ohio State definitely had me prepared for college. When it comes to football, I was ready to go when I hit the field of the NFL.
Now, if you could talk to these young running backs right now, what advice would you give them getting ready to go into the NFL? What advice would you give them? Say, hey, this is what happened. This is what I learned. What would you say to those kids?
Oh man, finding somebody that you can trust to educate you about your money to where you won't be having issues 10, 15 years down the line. Don't play with it. Your career is not guaranteed. Trust me, I had and nowhere in my cards that I see that I was just gonna play 4 years in the NFL. Like that was not on my cards. That's how it happened. So then I had to,
Mm-hmm.
rearrange and try to figure it out from there. But just don't take it for granted, man. Take care of your body, eat right, man, just don't take it for granted. Stay in that thing as long as you can. Don't think it's a game when you get out here because it's not the same when you get out. Trust me, it's not the same.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
is. And
they say NFL fans are not for long.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, and think about it too. What would you say is the biggest difference between playing on Saturdays in Columbus and Sundays in the league?
I just feel like we had way more team camaraderie in college. You know what I'm saying? We actually hung out with. Well, I guess we hung out in the league too. Some of us hung out with each other. It's really no difference. It's just you getting paid. You getting a game check on Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? So that was pretty much the only difference. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's just the paycheck and dealing with the politics inside of an NFL building. It's always politics inside of every building that you in. So, just trying to maneuver around all of that while taking care of your business, doing your job, staying out of trouble. I did a good job of that. So, I don't have any regrets as far as how I handle myself.
Speaking of like the NFL with Buckeyes in the NFL, Sean, we talked about it the other day on the when we did our show with Marcus Hall that there's some Buckeyes that were killing it in the NFL.
Listen, we've always put out the most talent. Since 2000, we put out the most draft picks out of any college in America. We right up there, one or two with the most first round picks of any college in America, and
Number
that's
one.
number one in that span. So, nobody can ever play with us. They know what we do over here. If you want to go to the NFL, come to Ohio State. You want to go first round, come to Ohio State. Like, this is where we do it. You want a chance to play for a national championship, win any major award, come to the Ohio State. We got the platform for you.
Mhm. Yeah, and we were gonna, Sean, we were
I
gonna talk
mean,
about it too, because not only are our players playing great, but we got some people who weren't doing so great either. Not on our side, but on some other people,
yeah,
but some
these
other
other schools.
schools.
We are talking about the team up north.
Not just the team up north, but also like Penn State actually had some guys that weren't doing well. Outside of Abdul Carter and Micah Parsons, they had some dudes that were not great either.
Oh, you talking about in the NFL? Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah,
Honestly, I don't really
Yeah.
too much watch the NFL. I'm really just high school and college, to be honest with you.
understandable. I'm from high school to college to the NFL because I'm a nerd,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah,
So
I
like,
watch. I normally go. I used to go to the Texas game, but now that I'm not going, like, it is what it is.
Houston, Texas
But
got
I mean, if
CJ
you
Stroud
look,
playing.
Ohio State's put more 3 stars into the NFL than anybody. So you come to Ohio State, you're going to get developed, and you're going to get a chance to play for a natty
Yep.
and win an award, like you said, Jonathan. So
Yeah, and
I
think
mean,
about it too. Like
it
the
should
only
be a
other
no
team,
brainer for these kids.
and think about it too. Like the only other team that ever came close was like Alabama, and that was like mostly during like Saban's tenure.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like,
Before that, yeah, they wasn't doing it like that at all. So
yeah,
yeah.
so like think about it. It's like when you thought about it, and think about it too, because did you know how much money like Alabama and Ohio State players make, like overall in the NFL?
No, I have not done a deep dive into that.
I have. Alabama players from the last time I checked make $1.5 billion total. Ohio State players 1.4 billion.
Wow.
Yeah,
So yeah,
total,
that's
total.
That's saying something.
that's your two
Yeah.
top college brands. There you go, right there.
Yeah, and then third is Georgia. They
All right.
actually find themselves in that conversation.
You know, here recently they came
Um,
along, but they a long time they was not in the
Yeah,
conversation.
they weren't, but it's like that's just as of recently, and that's been Bama and Ohio State for the past this entire century, and for Ohio State, that's actually been an ongoing thing for the longest time. So it's
Yeah.
like when you look at how successful you could be at
look
the
at
next level, it's ridiculous. Like
Oh yeah.
you'd be stupid to
oh,
not come
I
in.
mean, Ohio State. They're the only school that's never lost 8 games in a year, and they've
Since
never had a
1890.
really down period. I mean, they've never had a down period. They've had one losing season here, a losing
Yeah,
season
maybe
there.
no
I mean,
more
they've
than
had
one in a row. No more than one bad season in
yeah,
a row. So
exactly.
yeah, yeah.
I
It's
mean,
been it's
two
been
in the last.
it's been a phenomenal 20 plus years since I've been out of school. Every Saturday, 85% of the time we won football game. I'm on every Saturday. So that's great.
I mean, two losing seasons in over 50 years. Who else can say that? I mean, come on.
Nobody.
I mean,
I mean, think about
seriously,
it. Like when you talk about
nobody.
the last time I think Ohio State lost, had an 8 loss season was like back in the late 1800s, which was like 18. I want to say 1889 maybe, because from 1890 all the way to current day, we've never had an 8 loss season. Like that's how long it's been going
Mm,
back that long.
oh, wow.
That you will never see
Well,
that from anyone.
Jonathan,
Mm.
I'd like to get your prediction on how you think they're going to do this year. What do you predict? This year's
Um,
team, what you've seen so far.
I will say this. I feel like they're way light years ahead of schedule on the defensive side from what I thought that they would be with a new defensive coordinator coming in. So I'm extremely happy about where the defense is and where it's headed. Obviously, it should be a lot better in 3 to 4 weeks. Um,
Mhm.
Offensively, I'm still not convinced yet. I still want to see us against better talent, and air it out and do some of the things we were able to do against Grambling State. Do that against some mediocre Big Ten schools, and I start to feel a little bit better. But as of right now, defensively, I still want to see us be able to get after the quarterback one-on-one versus tackles. I don't think that we had enough pressure last week against Grambling State's offensive tackles when we got one-on-one. So there's still a lot of things to work on, but I feel like we're ahead of schedule.
Yeah, I actually called it with the defense, John. You remember Eric too?
Yeah.
I called it. I said the defense was gonna be real good, and I
Mm.
called it because I knew it. I could tell because I'm like,
I didn't. I didn't know anybody in the front seven besides maybe one or two of those
oh,
guys.
I
Like,
did.
everybody was new. We knew safeties. I didn't. I was not coming into the season just thinking that they were about to kill it. I definitely say that.
Yeah, I did because I know the members on this roster because I had to make sure like you got to keep up, and a lot of these guys have been here for like the past what 2 3 years. Like how long has
Mhm.
Kenyatta been here?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sean?
I mean, a
Like he's
lot
been
of,
here since
I mean, a
22,
lot of
right?
them got playing time last year.
It's
They
just
just didn't
it's a
start. I
little
mean, they
different
got
when
a
you
lot of.
become the guy, though. It's just a little
Yeah, that's
different.
the point
Yep.
though. And look, I don't blame Kenyatta because hey, look, Jack and JT decided to come back for another year, and hey, who could blame you if you want to sit behind these guys and learn a little something? Because they were two of our best edge rushers for a reason. And I'm not gonna lie, when I saw the defense, and I'm like, when from the glimpses from these guys' playing time, I could see if they become the guys, there's something there. Like you could just
Oh
see
yeah,
it
I
automatically.
always felt good about that. And trust me, they show flashes, but like I said, once you get in the spotlight and you got a bunch of different
And
guys
they were not backing
seeing the
down from the
guy for
spotlight.
the first time, I just had to see it. And like I said, they're light years ahead of what I thought, so I'm happy about it.
Yeah. Hey, Aaron
Well, I think
asks,
I'm not.
sorry, Sean, but Aaron did have a question, which he says during your time at Ohio State, who would you consider the hardest hitter
He probably talking about on the team, on Ohio State's team, I'm guessing.
in general? Yeah, I mean, let's say this: both Ohio State and someone else from college football.
On the team, I mean, you definitely got to go with Damon Moore, safety. Head buster. Andy Katzenmoyer, obviously, we had a couple car wrecks, you know what I'm saying? And Mike Doss, obviously. Mike Doss, yeah, Mike, that guy. As far as who I played against, like I said, I don't have any horror stories of just getting laid out on the football field. Like I just don't have any. Besides the LeVar Arrington diving over me, but I'm not. Yeah, I'm not saying I won every battle, but I don't have any horror stories of just getting smacked like that. I don't have them.
Hey, Sean, you got something else?
Well, I'd like to ask. Tell everybody what you're doing now, Jonathan. What's Jonathan
Man.
Wells Media Group?
Well, I'm doing a lot of traveling at this point, man. Internationally. Got some merch coming, as you can see, my J Wells Media Group for my company, J Wells Media Group. So gonna start shooting some documentaries on myself, number one, my documentary, then former players, you know what I'm saying, that I look up to, that I played against, that I just want to, have a platform for them to tell their stories, meet their families, and just have a platform for guys to tell their stories. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing. Have a business with my wife in the hotel industry that's doing really really well. So I'm just moving around, man, looking to get a little bit more international. I'm really big into hot yoga, so I got some yoga things coming down the line. You know what I'm saying? Some virtual classes, some merchandise, and things like that. So just taking it to this yoga right now. That's where my heart's at, honestly, the yoga, because it's help heal me from depression, any kind of pain I have in my body. You see all kind of arthritis in my joints, you know what I mean? So yoga's been a real blessing for me. So that's kind of the next phase of my life. But we're gonna be telling people stories and doing yoga on beaches internationally. That's what I'm on.
Awesome.
Well, if
And
you got
thank you,
anything you
Lisa.
want to promote, man, please let us know. You're welcome to come
Yeah,
on anytime.
We'll
Promote
do.
whatever you got to promote, bro.
We'll
We'll
do.
help you
yeah.
out.
We would love to see some of your documentaries. I'm not gonna lie. I can't wait to actually see some of those too.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be because I got all my high school footage. I just got all my games. I just got a lot of my college stuff and my NFL film. So I'll be able to put together something real nice. So it's gonna be dope.
Is there one person you're really looking forward to interviewing?
Yeah, Tim Spencer, my running back coach from Ohio.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
Tim
He was
Spencer. Yeah,
he's a baller.
he's I got to hear up and get up there and get Coach Spencer. That's why I'm trying to put things together, and so I can go ahead on and start knocking some of these stories out. You know what I'm saying? Before it's too late. I'm getting older. Everybody getting older now, man. So I can't keep waiting around. So now I got to stop procrastinating and actually start getting out here and getting these stories, because they'll live forever after that.
and I'll
Well,
ask
that's
you
what
this one last question, which is, what does it mean to you to be part of Buckeye Nation forever?
It's everything to me, man. Listen, I could have went to a lot of schools, bro. Like I literally could have went to any school I wanted to in America for the most part. You know what I'm saying? I chose Ohio State. They chose to come down there. They wasn't even recruiting Louisiana back then, but for whatever reason, it worked out. And they were actually one of the first schools to contact me. So, like I said, pretty much from my sophomore year to my senior year, it was only about maybe 1 week where I wavered and decommitted. You know what I'm saying? For like a week or two. But other than that, I was a Buckeye. It was a no brainer. So everything about it, the colors, the people I'm affiliated with Archie Griffin. Like I maybe the type of people I've been able to be affiliated with and have dinner with and have intimate moments with, man. Like this Buckeye thing is the best brand in the nation, when it comes to college football. So I made an excellent decision, and I wouldn't change it for the world. 100 times out of 100 times, I would choose to be a Buckeye.
Yeah, our co-host Chris as well as Mika say they can't wait to see your documentary, and same with Eric says they can't wait to see it.
But listen, y'all tap in with me on my Facebook. I go live after every single Buckeye game, probably like 15, 20 minutes after the game go over. We give you that live raw reaction. I got some stuff coming up. I got a big warehouse out here where I'm gonna be selling stuff live on my live stream. Like we about to take it to a whole nother level. We got some dope stuff too, not just no hats and t-shirts. We got some stuff. So it's gonna be dope.
Where are you located at?
I'm in Houston.
Are you you're in
Houston.
Houston? Okay.
Yeah, I'm in Houston.
Okay, cool. How can people get a hold of you? I know I got a hold of you on Facebook. Are you on X too? Is there
I'm getting. I'm really rebranding. I'm trying to get my Shopify and everything connected. That's kind of where I'm at right now. But right now, find me on Facebook. I do most of my content on Facebook right now. That's where I'm hot. I've been going viral over there, getting a couple million views organically. So yeah, if you want to hear some real Buckeye stuff, I'm always on the team up north head on my page as well. So yeah, y'all come tap in with me on Facebook. My Instagram is J Wells Media Group, same thing that you see right here. So you can tap in over there as well. But I'm really right now just active on Facebook until I set everything up the way I'm doing it.
Okay.
well, please get a hold of me. I know we talk on Facebook. Let me know when your documentaries come out. I'll make sure to promote it on here. Let everybody know about it, man.
Appreciate it,
Anything
man.
we can do to
Next
help
time
you
we
out,
get
we
the
will.
opportunity, send me his Facebook information because I'm gonna want to friend him.
I can't accept no friend. Just follow me. Just hit the
Follow,
follow because
just follow. Yeah, I'll do that.
I don't think I can accept any more friends at this point. But just hit the follow. But like I said, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes tops after all Buckeye games, I'm going crazy.
Awesome.
I love it.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Jonathan, again, thank
No,
you so much for coming on, man.
appreciate it.
It's been such an honor. It's been an honor, man. And like I said, I loved watching you play, and that Michigan game's one of the highlights of just it'll live forever in my eyes. And a lot of people still bring that game up, man. And we appreciate you.
I appreciate what he
And
said.
I mean,
I followed Jay Wells on Facebook for a few years. He has set me straight in a few of those post games, few times. Yeah, I be on the fans' head now. I don't play no games now. Listen, I love them though. That's my nation. I got to make sure they thinking right though, man.
I used to watch too. You'd come on a couple of those Brown shows, and you would
Yeah,
set some people straight with the
yeah.
NFL stuff too,
Yeah,
man.
that's
So
when I
I,
was doing radio
I
on 92.3 The Fan for the Browns when I was living up in
yep,
Cleveland. Yeah, I did that for like a year or
yep.
two as well. I was up there. I had a good time. I mean, I've done NBC4 with my sister Mindy Dreher. Like, I've been there. I've been able to move around and do some good media stuff within Ohio. But now I'm in H-Town. I'm in Houston, so I got a whole new setup coming for everybody. So I'll be launching everything real, real soon. Stay tuned.
Well, you're
All
welcome to
right.
come back anytime on here. And I know Eric and Chris would love to have you on the Ohio podcast too, man. So you
Yeah,
got an
on the
open
round table, they
invitation.
would love to have you.
Tell them hit me up. Let's do it. I'm ready.
All right.
We appreciate you, man.
Appreciate
And
it. Been
we'll
love.
end it like we always do. OH.
IO, you already know.